Colonel Derby was a former gym teacher himself. I guess growing up doing that, I think he studied that. And I forget where he went to school exactly, but real personable guy. Um, he, uh, unfortunately expired at a pretty young age. I mean, I think he was in his 40s, but I don't know if it was the stress or what was going on there too, but I was more surprised to learn he was that young. I was, to being completely honest here. Yeah. But great dude, like kind of a rough and tumble guy. Like a lot of people were saying like he was I forget the exact term of endearment that was used by Colonel Valesky as well as like some of the other command sergeant major to describe him, but he had that he like a soldier. I guess you could say. So it was nice keeping that uh, common touch, as far as that goes. He loved doing physical activities with us. He would get us together for like officer PT. We'd throw the frisbee around and everything like that. And he wanted to mix it up a little bit, and you kind of like appreciated that from him, especially like during that too, to like keep it like as serious as it needs to be. It's like, hey, we're here to have a job, so it's not like to have fun, but just know that like you are protected by your chain of command as a result of that. Like to try to do what is necessary to make those harder decisions. And it was really shocking when it happened. In fact, part of it was like he never really left. It was he just didn't come back with us. Like in a way. I was in a briefing at the time, like the whole building was shaking, right? And you're close enough to the gate, but it was like so dramatic. It was like, where is this? It doesn't even feel. I mean, it felt like it was like right outside, like there was like impact from IDF or something like that. And so I ended up going out there. There's a huge plume of smoke. It looked like from like the front gate. Like, so, there was enough standoff and you need to have that for like tactical reasons. So I think I ended up rolling with like just a hack platoon. It wasn't even like asked about. I was like, just get out there. And I probably should have been organized better. But there was like a lot of people just pooling to this to figure out like what had happened. And one of our crews was out there with them at at the time, and we were just trying to like secure the area. But there's a lot of outpouring of battle spaces, figure out what was going on there. I saw the crater. I actually have a picture of my platoon sergeant like in it as well, not as like a novelty thing, but just like to figure out like the impact of this too, as we were trying to like take those things. It was, I mean, it was practically vaporized. It was an unfortunate day, and kind of like unreal too when you have somebody. Not to say it's always impactful when you have a loss like that, but when it's a character like that high up, and it's not like these guys are invincible, but it just shocking. I guess the fact that certain things you cannot control doesn't matter. Like your rank doesn't make you immortal. Like your position, or even the fact that you may not be out there as often when it's not like one of those things like when it's your time, but there is a humbling reality and an unfortunate reminder that comes up when you have somebody of that reputation, of that state and that personality when that happens. Well, I think that was a sobering reminder, and maybe Colonel Derby's like last lesson that the mission goes on. You have like a job to do, and and it's okay to feel a certain way about that, but know that's we again going back to the training and the support that we have. Like nobody else can do this job easily. Like who else are they going to send? And I have at that point in time, it's like you have the practical knowledge of what's going on. You have the ground truth. You have a responsibility to now continue to execute brilliantly. And while you're not an automaton where you're supposed to ignore those feelings, but you do need to make the conscious choice to do the right thing, to know that this has happened. We need to not move on, like forget and kick it away, far from it, but there's still additional work to do. And this organization is set up to take a loss, to respond to it, and to continue until the mission's done.